Determination and the strength of your personality will overcome problems. But in particular, one big problem where you need to remember, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that it's time to take action. It's time to take action in particular on the 25th of July 2020. The 25th of July 2020, you're going to come across a rather interesting situation indeed. And that particular situation is just still going to be all around you, being like quiet, indecisive, purely because of things that have been happening within the last few months. Our lives have been affected in different ways. Whether we realize this or whether we don't realize this, most certainly this is coming from that sort of direction, that sort of dimension. The 25th of July, it will be quite important day indeed, and you are going to find yourself being indecisive. And actually, both 25th and the 26th, both of these days are going to be equally significant and equally important when it comes to you feeling rather indecisive. And you just need to remember that it's time to make a quite significant and rather important decision. This decision is just basically not going to even seem maybe as huge, as massive, as enormous, as so powerful as it's actually going to be, but most certainly at the same time, this is going to create and it's going to start a rather powerful perspective. This perspective is going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, because it's all about you and your personal reflection, and at the same time it's about your own expansion and stepping into the new direction at the same time. This will be important and this will be big. And I have to say, and I have to stress, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you just try to not get influenced, by things that might arise, that might happen around you, which are most likely kind of take your attention in a certain way. And attention is also an energy. And at the same time, this is the moment in time when our personal energy can be drained in a certain way, and that can affect our balance. I just want to say to you, you need to stay true to yourself, and you need to just keep going, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and just remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because this will be very important. At the same time, you are going to start some kind of process that it's actually going to take you quite far in general, because it's connected to the deepest part of your spiritual journey. But most importantly, November 2020, it's going to have a complete connection with what is happening at around the 25th and the 26th of July 2020, because by the time you get to November, you're going to get an amazing, mind-blowing stage unfolding in front of your own very eyes. And this is important because it's to do with the actual success. It's to do with the actual important, powerful outcome that you're going to have in November, which is going to be the pure reflection of what is actually happening now. So it's all about one step at a time, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And the bottom line is, if you do come across like an indecisive situation, and you do come across like some kind of a goal, you do come across an important idea, just remember, do not let anything bring you down, or do not let anything hold you down. Just keep going and keep going and keep going. At the same time, you're going to realize something so powerful, my Lord, and so spiritual, and what you're going to realize is that you are the one who is important. It's to do with your own essence, and it's up to you the way you're going to take your life after this moment in time. As I said, it's going to be like an indecisive situation, you're going to be a little bit uncertain, like, oh my God, but then at the same time, you just need to follow the voice within. You need to follow your own intuition and listen to yourself, because it's all about this important beginning that you're going to have at the same time. It's to do with the beginning of a meaningful experience indeed, and the meaningful experience that is going to take place, it's also going to happen from the 25th, in between the 25th of July and the end of July at the same time. This is all going to be connected, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And just remember that first of all, you're going to be a little bit indecisive, but this is to do with your projection. This is to do with your life. This is to do with you. This is all to do with you making an important decision and taking your life in the right direction. It will not seem that huge. It's not going to seem that enormous. It's not going to seem that massive, but most certainly, my babies, this is going to unfold in the best possible way. And as I said, this is going to be connected from the 25th of July towards the end of that month. It's all going to boil down towards the one important and meaningful experience that you are going to have. And that is going to just bring you the sense of adventure. It's going to bring you the sense of excitement. It's going to bring you the sense of optimism. But at the same time, it's all about the swift change. At the same time, it's all about things starting to happen. And also you will be able to kind of connect to the certain vision. This is a rather psychic moment in time that you are going to psychic moment in time that you are going to have, which is at the same time going to connect you to the certain vision that you are going to have. And that in itself is going to be directly responsible, which is going to be pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. You will know which direction to go. You will know which turn to take. You will know which changes to make, and it's just all going to be completely something is going to be pushing you, something is going to be guiding you, and this is you. This is your spirituality. These are your spirit guides. These are your guardian angels. This is all coming from deep within you, from your subconscious mind, redirecting you, and most certainly at the same time reminding you to stay true to yourself. Okay, stay true to yourself and do not anything around you distract you in any way whatsoever. Look at this, my babies. It's about success. It's important. This is all important, really significant moment in time, but you must, keep your head up and just have your eyes open and just keep going, And if you think, you see this success, it's an important moment in time because it's to do with your success, but it's also to allowing yourself to think differently, but also allowing yourself to be a little bit adventurous, but at the same time, just try to ignore, any negativity that could be arising around you, because it's the time, this is the type of time that we are tested at the same time. But when the things are about to start unfolding right in front of us, at the same time, very often we are very deep when it comes to spirituality. We can feel and sense so much more. So therefore, you will be kind of distracted at the same time. So this is why I think that this is rather important for me to mention, okay? Because it's the part of who you are and your spiritual awakening. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's for July 2020. And now, when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is number 4. Number 4, it's a very interesting number, and it's a very powerful number because it's all about your success and it's all about your accomplishments. So therefore, this month you are going to be aware of your success. You're going to be aware of the particular accomplishment, but then at the same time, you're going to have an important opportunity to take this on a slightly different level, the level where it should be, in order to expand your spiritual journey, but also in order to achieve something very important in your life. So July, I have to say to you, will be quite important month because it's going to happen in such an interesting way, and the things are going to seem very little and not as important, but they are most certainly going to be huge and massive later on. When it comes to the actual manifestation, this whole month, it's super important for you to think as optimistic as you possibly can. Have an open mind, and you will see, you will have a completely different view on things, which is on another hand going to provide you the directions where you wouldn't normally have, or you wouldn't normally recognize them that soon. There are two particular things that are going to be absolutely beautiful, very important this month, which are going to be completely connected to your own accomplishment. It's going to be connected to your own success. It's going to be connected to your own stability, but most certainly it's to do with the power that you are going to feel, and that at the same time is just going to give you an important courage, and this is going to start unfolding itself right from the beginning of July anyway. So it's going to be quite brilliant indeed, because it's all about the creativity, and it's also at the same time to do with the free will. Just remember that your free will be quite significant here, and this is what I was going to say before. Do not try to block yourself, or do not try to stop yourself. You just go for things that you want to go for, do things that you want to do, because it's important to listen to yourself at the same time, because it's all about your desire, determination, and the very strong willpower that you are going to have this month. And these are the emotions, these are the feelings, my babies, that you just need to follow, because they're very powerful. Once we get in touch with this particular vibration, you're going to be on top of the world, and this is when it become absolutely magical, and we are able to achieve and create so much when the balance is absolutely just right. Just don't forget that sometimes, it's going to even seem like the energy a little bit unusual and a little bit different, quite a few times throughout the actual July. And this difference of energy you just turn into your own favor, because most certainly this month you are going to be able to do this, to make this like your energy, your power. So if you wake up in the morning, for example, you feel really negative, or you feel like a little bit unusual, or you feel like you can't be bothered to do anything, this is the energy that at the same time you just kind of redirect towards things that are going to be good for you. You can redirect this energy to work for the best of your for the best of your abilities. You can direct this energy to work for you in the best possible way. So as lower you can feel, as negative you feel, the more powerful the more powerful outcome this is actually going to have on the things that you project. So just remember that this is important. Just remember, it's about the desire, determination, and a very strong willpower that you are going to have this month, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It's perfect also if you want to go to apply for work, if you want to go to apply for the jobs and things like that. This is an excellent month to do it, because the energy is just going to be absolutely perfect, absolutely right. Or to start anything new that you want to find out about, and things like that. This is also going to be a remarkable month. On another hand, it's all about, your own transformation. It's going to start at the beginning of July. As I said, your personal transformation. You will feel like you want to change things around you. And this is also going to be something significant to do, actually, because it's going to help you with your own energy levels indeed. So you will want to clear away the old in order to make a way for the new. It's important to say this, but at the same time, the discontinuance of the certain effort is going to take place. You are going to have a little bit of like a disappointment, because a certain stage of your life, it didn't kind of come out, or it didn't work out the way you wanted to work out. But then at the same time, as soon as you realize this is going to be brilliant for you, because at the same time, you will have this sacred knowledge, this sacred feeling around you, which is almost immediately going to help you to achieve this powerful hermit moment. So therefore, at around the 11th or 12th, at around the 10th and 11th of months, there is going to be a little hermit moment that you are going to have. That hermit moment, two hermit moments that you're going to have. And the second hermit moment is going to be at around the 26th of the month as well. But these hermit moments are very important, because they're going to help you realize the certain direction, and also they will help you to realize there's something that you should be kind of careful about, but then in the best possible way, this is going to be like a very beneficial situation for you, most certainly. But the bottom line is, it's about the self-denial and the confirmation that, it's time to kind of like it's to do with the discontinuance of the certain effort, and it's time to go for it, because as soon as you kind of make a necessary adjustment, the sooner this is going to be better for you as well indeed. Very important. When it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Sagittiarini, it's also to do with the boosting your immune system. This is going to be on another hand important month to make sure what I said before. It's like organic acerola cherry powder. I know I was saying this for months, and I'm going to say it again, this is very important. So it's to do with organic acerola cherry powder. If you can take 1 little glass of water, mix it up in the morning and in the evening. If you can take it twice a day, it would be ideal. But at least if you can't, then if you take it like a once every single morning, 1 little glass of water, 1 teaspoon acerola cherry powder, and just drink it. And this is going to replenish your vitamin C levels, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic when it comes to boosting your immune system. Therefore, it's going to make you feel so much better. On another hand, my gorgeous Sagittiarini, natural zinc and vitamin D are also going to be just as important. So it's natural zinc and vitamin D alongside with a boron. It's called natural supplement. It's called boron, and this is in itself going to help you with like a little bit of sensitive bones that you are going to have. And at the same time, vitamin D, it's going to help you with the sensitive bones, where on another hand, organic acerola cherry powder, zinc, and the natural vitamin D, it's also going to help you to boost the immune system. But the actual vitamin D and boron, it's going to help you to actually so much with like a slightly sensitive bones that you are going to have. And at the same time, boron, it's going to help you with your concentration levels, and it's quite important, and that is also going to be quite significant when it comes to this time, because your concentration levels are just going to need a little tiny bit of boost, like a boron, for example. On one hand, good for your bones, but on another hand, it's absolutely wonderful for your concentrations, and most importantly, to actually feed your third psychic eye, which is your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is going to need a little bit of boost. So boron is going to be fantastic. An organic chlorella supplement is going to be also super important for you to actually feed your pineal gland. Pineal gland is basically one of the most sensitive parts of our body, and it's right here at the back of our head. And it's very important because this is our third psychic eye. But very often our third psychic eye getting blocked, by all sorts of things, when it comes to like a fluoride in the water, when it comes to fluoride in the toothpaste, in the mouthwash. Some people are not aware of it, but some people are. So that's why it's important to avoid fluoride toothpaste and mouthwash, and just get a mouthwash and toothpaste without fluoride, something like organic with basically organic, like tea tree oil and aloe vera would be my favorite, for example. But on another hand, natural supplement boron. On another hand, the actual organic chlorella, spirulina, it's also wonderful to boost your pineal gland as well. And also the natural beetroot supplement is fantastic, absolutely important to take in order to boost your pineal gland. About pineal gland is just all about our third psychic eye and the way we kind of connect to things at the same time. The more our pineal gland is fed with the right nutrition, the more powerful it's going to be, and therefore it helps us to connect in a very powerful way within ourselves. So therefore we become super intuitive, which is going to be very important in this right moment in time. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Sagittiarini, or not. Okay, so now basically the very first date is going to be on the 2nd of July. The 2nd of July, it's all about like, ooh la la, really nice moment in time, because it's about the realization, an annoying little bastard of the problem. It's coming slowly to an end. Little bastard of the problem. It's coming slowly to an end. It's about the resolution of a problem. An important conclusion is going to take place, which is immediately going to bring a solace, healing, and rather important satisfactory result. It's to do with a compromise, but also an inspiration at the same time. Something is going to take an additional 3 months to unfold, but most certainly this is going to be a wonderful, massive, huge light at the end of the tunnel that is going to answer all sorts of questions at the same time. You are, throughout this process going to learn like, oh Lord, you're going to be a little bit disappointed or a little bit maybe disgusted by the certain person and the certain situation. But then again, at the same time, this will be very important because it's not going to surprise you completely. It's just going to help you to move on and to just keep going towards your own path, indeed, because that in itself, the fact that a certain situation is going to disappoint you and maybe disgust you a little bit, it's going to disappoint you like completely, but then that in itself, it's going to be directly responsible for you having such a great and important determination, initiative, strength. In fact, the 2nd and the 3rd of July, it's all going to be about initiative, strength, activity, power, success, and also very important deep emotional feeling, when it comes to love, when it comes to emotions, and when it comes to relationships. This is all going to start being rejuvenating in many different ways at around this moment in time. The second important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is going to be on the 12th of July. The 12th of July, you will see that you're reaching a quite interesting stage here, and it's all about a clear focus, which is on another hand going to provide you with a really beautiful power when it comes to having a control over a situation, and that in itself is going to give you enough courage in order to make an important decision. But that decision, it's not about making a decision, it's about acting on it as well. It's something that you have been thinking about, something that you wanted to do, but you were just waiting for the right moment in the right time. So it's all about the actual responsibility, and also at the same time, the more creative you are on this day, the more powerful vision you're actually going to have. I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds bizarre, but the more creative you are on the 12th of July, the more you are going to realize about where you are, what you need to do, and where you need to get, because it's a lot to do with about your prosperity, well-being, and luxury, but at the same time comfort and security as well. This will be an important time. The third important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to be on the 27th of July. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. The 27th of July, it's basically going to be just like at the time when you're going to be like, oh my God, bum 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 ba-da-da-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-da-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. No, it's going to be like a psychic moment, because you're going to be like, my Lord, you're going to realize a little bit of a little hidden danger, but then again, you are going to be able to kind of see through it. So you're going to find yourself in a moment when you're going to find out, oh my Lord, I managed to avoid this a little hidden danger. So it's all going to be about that avoidance, but then at the same time, it's just all going to be about the fact that this is all about your personal power, and it's time to take charge and take action at the same time. So a bit of a yin-yang moment. So you're not going to be in danger, but you are going to be aware of the fact that you could be in danger, and that is just also on another hand going to be quite good for you, because it's all about your personal power, and it's going to help you to take a charge and take action. You will see exactly what I mean. On another hand, the 27th of July is going to bring you a very good news, important news, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and this is going to be about your gain, personal gain, advancement. It's something that you have been waiting for, something that was so personal to you and very important to you at the same time, but it's to do with the success, it's to do with an advancement, it's to do with the desires, the certain desires you're going to realize at this moment in time, but it's to do with the results of efforts, and most certainly the time for the next step, the time for the next stage. Any learning experience you can feel you want to do, you want to expand it around this time, just go for it. Anything you feel like or want to read up extra about it or something like that, just go for it. This is all going to be an important moment in time of your personal expansion. So therefore, don't be surprised if you just suddenly kind of feel a really nice, beautiful, fresh energy, which is at the same time going to re-energize you. But also, don't be surprised if you kind of start feeling like kind of drawn towards things that are going to like kind of be like, unknown for you. This is all part of your process. So you are going to be tested in this particular way, because you will recognize the certain ability, and the certain ability that you recognize, it's also almost immediately going to be connected to an important idea. On another hand, what else is going to happen on the 27th, from the 27th, in between the 27th and the end of the month, is going to be about a very important moment in time when it comes to recognition, and honor, and most certainly it's to do with the capability. You see what I said, but it's also going to be connected to the actual admiration from others, and this is going to mean to you so much, and in particular one person, it's going to mean to you so much. But even more, the most importantly, it's about embracing new path, embracing new journey, embracing change in your life. By the same time, it's about the actual start and the beginning of an ultimate change in your life, and you will like it. You will see. It's absolutely up to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, how you're gonna make it. Look, pam, parararam, pam, pam. You see this happiness, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It's important, very important indeed. On another hand, I highly suggest you to get something like if you already didn't get like something like this dry sage, very important if you can basically try to dry sage your home at around the middle of the month. It's something that is going to like break it through nicely right in the middle, but at the same time it's going to help you to release the negative energy out of your home, but also it's going to help you to get rid of the negative energy within you. Okay, it's something quite important. And also, if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Okay, so now the very first the very first week of July 2020, it's all about this, some kind of enslavement, some kind of not really nice trickery that you might have felt, but you couldn't do much about it. Slowly this is going to kind of like be an integral part of the first week. But then again, you're going to start feeling that certain changes which are going to make you feel really good, and also at the same time it's going to bring you a rather nice warmish feeling, and that in itself is going to start you up nicely at the beginning of the month. It's about the indecisive situation that you are going to have, but it's also going to require from you to just keep on being assertive. Do not lose your hope or anything, because it's going to be just a little bit of a challenging situation that you are going to have, but you're going to be absolutely fine. On another hand, this is the first week is bringing you a beautiful moment in time when it comes to the actual hope, when it comes to the bright prospects, when it comes to the new beginning. You're going to feel very strong here, but also at the same time an important bright prospect is going to take place, and it's most certainly going to be connected to the very powerful vision, which is also going to confirm to you that it's time to abandon the certain stage, certain part of your life slowly came to an end. On another hand, what else I was going to say, very important, please look at this, get the black onyx. Is something that you will benefit from quite nicely, because you're going to be very psychic, you will be very spiritual throughout this month. You are going to be able to connect to this situation like very powerfully, but that in itself also kind of opens you spiritually quite a lot, and that in itself it's very powerful, because you're able to do things, it re-energizes you, and you're beautifully guided throughout the months, which is going to happen. But then on another hand, it just drains your energy a little bit, because when you're spiritually open a little bit more, like how you're going to be throughout July, that can also kind of make you a little bit sensitive to the actual negative energies around you. So black onyx is a must, because it's brilliant when it comes to making decisions. It's brilliant when you're busy. It's brilliant when you're creative. It's brilliant when you want to protect yourself, but also most importantly when you're doing things in order to expand yourself, whether this is spiritually or whether this is physically or whether this is materialistically. It's a must. Black onyx pendant comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous Sagittarini. The second part of July is going to bring you an important choice, and there are actually going to be a couple of choices that you're going to be thinking, and that these choices are going to be so beautiful because it's connected to the certain disharmony that you had around this particular stage. So now you will be able to make an important choice, but then again, that is going to bring you a little obstacle. You know, the certain choice that you will make, it's also at the same time going to bring you a certain obstacle, and you will know, in order to kind of go through this, it's all about the actual moving on from the restrictions, from the certain restrictions are slowly going to start shifting here, and that in itself is going to be remarkable because it's also going to be connected to the quite powerful and meaningful experience at the same time, because it's to do with your security and it's to do with your power. The third part of the week, the last part of July, my gorgeous, you see gateway, important. The mid-July, it's also going to be like a spiritual gateway that you're going to have, an entrance into a different world, an entrance into a new world, an entrance into a very powerful world, you see. But it's also to do with a certain realization, you know, that it's going to keep you going, and also, you know, it's going to be very much so quite a powerful time when it comes to your psychic feelings. So therefore you will be able to connect to a completely different way, in a completely different way. The third part of July is going to bring an important moment when it comes to the actual luxury and culmination, but most certainly it's to do with a vision. You know, it's going to be on your mind, something is going to be on your mind. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to be thinking about the particular thing, you know, and then this is all going to be the last part of July. It's all about this particular vision that you're going to be thinking about. It's going to be about your dream that you had, or maybe when you're meditating, you're going to be able to connect to some kind of vision, or maybe you're going to be grounding yourself. However, something is going to be on your mind, and it's just going to become more and more vivid at around the end of the month. You know, just let me tell you something, Sagittarini. Just trust your intuition. It is a very important moment in time to trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to guide you. Your intuition is going to give you the answer. You will know exactly what to do. At the same time, you're going to help yourself because you're not going to feel like kind of too frequently restrained, which means that something slowly it's going to come to an end, but it's going to need a little bit of like adjustment by yourself. But most certainly you need to trust your intuition at the end of the month. So your intuition is going to guide you, and it's going to give you an answer when it comes to the actual change. At the same time, when you hear an important message at the end of the month, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you will know that the things are going to start changing like really nicely and really swiftly, and it's a very important when it comes to some kind of a justice as well. The end of the month is going to be remarkable when it comes to the certain justice as well, because that in itself is going to bring a different elements, you know, to think about that you couldn't think about before, because the couple of other doors are going to start opening at the same time, and an important opportunity is going to be taking place. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are actually in relationship. There we go. This is absolutely remarkable. 9 of Pentacles. You see, this is a brilliant for those of you who are in relationship, because you're reaching an important stage. You're reaching an important moment. You know, maybe you had to put certain things on hold, and now it is going to be all about the important continuation. For the couples, important continuation is going to take place. And this is remarkable because at around the end of the month, there is going to be mind-blowing decision that you're going to make. And the decision that you're going to make, it's going to come from the choice that you will be able to go for. But it's just something that over the last 3 months you both wanted to do, but maybe you were just affected by different things. So now an important decision you're both going to make. But this is all about an important continuation, which is going to take place. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Oh, this is for those of you that are are single and ready to mingle, look at this. This is very interesting, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Now again, when it comes to feelings, when it comes to love, when it comes to emotions, it's all about an important continuation which is going to take place. That continuation is going to affect you emotionally, but in a good way, in a brilliant way, in a fantastic way. Whether you're in relationship or whether you are single, it is not going to be the love of your life that you're going to meet this month. But please don't get mad, don't get angry. What I want to say is that this important continuation that is going to take place, it's also gonna be completely relevant when it comes to someone quite special walking in your life really soon. It is not going to be that long, but the important continuation that is going to take place at around the mid-month, these are going to be doors that you're going to enter, but at the same time that other person is about to enter this door as well. You will see exactly what I mean, but most certainly two paths are about to join, okay, through this situation, and it's gonna be interesting, very powerful, and you're gonna love it. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.